Obara Ogbe. Ifa says. An ear can never surpass the head. All walls have ears. He who does not want to inherit evil should not create it. Obara Ogbe is an Odu that says one must leave the presence of those who do not bring peace to one's life. In Obara Ogbe, Obatala had to leave his home because unruly people surrounded him. Ifa says this doesn't have to be right away, but this should be a goal because life will improve for the person elsewhere. As soon as there is a possibility to leave or transfer, do so. Meanwhile, continue doing the necessary ritual work to avert drama, haters, and bad luck. Keep living the way you are without letting anyone know your plans. Odu of keeping one's enemies or problematic people away as much as possible. The person's environment is not conducive to the person's good vibes, and even neighbors or neighborhoods prove to be troublesome. Obara Ogbe is an Odu of recognizing negatives from positives, good people from evil. To know that there is no such thing as a little harm, as there is no such thing as a little good. Harm, no matter how small, is still harm, and so is good, no matter how small. People want to justify the harm or good they do and measure up to others. Recognize who uses an evil intent to obtain their way, just as a good intent could be used as a manipulative tactic. Obara Ogbe is an Odu of always knowing what one is getting involved in and not denying what is actual versus false. It points out how difficult it is to maintain a positive path or way of life. This oracle expresses how people constantly create rivalries and don't respect one another. No one is honest. Without honesty, there can't be trust. Please be aware of being involved in illegal matters, even by mistake, i.e. being guilty by association. This is an Odu of people who snoop and desire to hear what others say, to have information to gossip. One must be careful around people who do not understand what is happening and stick their noses in conversations, only creating chaos. This is an Odu of hidden agendas and being aware of who can be trying to hide something from others or even being sneaky. This is an Odu of being in a relationship between two people. It's not just a love triangle situation. The person potentially has two lovers, and now they find themselves in a situation where they do not know who to stay with. In essence, someone or all parties will get hurt in the end. Hopefully, all parties are single because the situation becomes even more complicated when they are not. Ifa says that relationships are not forced, and one has to recognize the difference between lust, desire, and true love. Obara Ogbe is an Odu who recognizes how people get themselves into uncomfortable situations, and it's no one's fault but their own. We must own up to situations and do the necessary ritual work to get out of them, with the support of ancestors, guides, and Orisha. The solutions often require making a difficult decision, and one must man or woman up to the facts. In Obara Ogbe, one should not only relate being split between two persons for relationship reasons. Extend this concept to being divided between careers, jobs, business opportunities, staying in a town, selling, or renting a home. Ifa says that someone needs to know what direction to go. For this, all they need to do is ask Ifa and trust in the answer. Always remember that when asking an Ifa or a Lorisha elder to consult an Orisha on a decision, it must be a straightforward yes or no question. Also, make sure everyone knows the difference between should and could. Ifa and Orisha are binary when it comes to this. When you ask if you could, you'll most likely get a yes, because you could do anything. When you ask should, you will obtain a truer answer. Ifa recommends letting go of something, someplace, or someone, because it is time to renew and start fresh, especially when things have proven for a while not to work. When one has struggled for too long in a place and has not been successful there, it is obvious that their blessings are not there. This is an Odu of luck returning to a person who does 3 Ebos in a row and works with Ifa and Orisha to have a change in destiny. This is the Odu, where Ifa and the Orisha taught mankind the importance of doing Ebo, i.e. ritual work to resolve situations, remove dark energy, and promote a positive destiny.